Hey guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Please don't say this in the comments, so I'm saying it now. These are not my audio. I will leave the channel names at the end of the video. Anyway, please enjoy.
Fourth grade, I moved to a new school. And it's a pretty nice school. I'm friends with some people, whatever. Well, we have a substitute coming on a Friday. And on Fridays, everybody gets popcorn at our school. So we're all in class eating our popcorn when the substitute comes up to this girl we'll call Taylor. So the substitute kind of just stands over her and watches her eat her popcorn. And then she goes, "You shouldn't eat that, you're a pig." And dude, she started crying. So she gets up to the front of the classroom and she's like talking about how much we should be eating, practically body shaming a bunch of fourth graders. And she keeps going up to this girl Taylor and just freaking like calling her a pig, calling her nasty, like literally coming for her. And then I think she dropped some on the floor and like, dude, the teacher went off on her. Eventually she got so mad she grabbed a desk and flipped it over. So Taylor was obviously crying for the rest of the day because this teacher was literally body shaming her. So the following Monday when the teacher comes back, we all tell her what happened. And that sub got fired like that.
Crazy story time. So when I was in elementary school, we used to do these lockdown drills just in case an intruder came into the school, we would know what to do. We never knew if it was a drill or not. We just had to assume it wasn't. So one time on the announcements, they called a lockdown and we all had to hide in a specific spot in the classroom. This specific time we were doing it, the teacher wasn't in the class. She had left the class to do something and we just had to figure it out by ourselves. Luckily, we had practiced this drill before, so we already knew exactly what to do. So we were all hiding in our spot as we should. About 3 to 4 minutes go by and then the fire alarm goes off. We all looked at each other because we had no idea what to do. So we could either stay in the classroom, be safe from the intruder, but potentially get burned, or we could leave and the intruder would get us. We decided that we could outrun this intruder, so we decided to leave the class. So we all go outside, but no other classes were out there. So we all kind of just stood there in confusion. The alarm stops, so we walk back to our class, and when we got back, our teacher was very mad at us. He said that pulling a fire alarm is a common trick for the intruder to make the kids leave the class. Oh well.
Her first language is Spanish, so sometimes when I talk to her in English, she'll forget a word or two, but not a problem. She'll just create new words no one else was brave enough to use. She took my little cousins to the mall once, and this is what she told me when she got back. She was like, "It was so cute. I took the kids on one of those, El Horse Tornado or whatever. You know what it is. I'm sorry. El Horse Tornado? I'm gonna need you to elaborate." And she was like, "You know what I'm talking about. You put that attitude down, you put it down." I was like, "Okay, putting it down. Sorry." She said, "Don't try me. I'll kick your ass." And I was like, "You don't need to kick my ass. Just put me in a horse tornado. I'll be terrified." "You think you're funny?" "Mom, how would you act if someone said that to you in Spanish? Tornado de caballos. That sounds horrifying." She was like, "Okay, that's pretty funny."
Reason why I never wore big dresses to school. Let me set the scene for you. Fourth grade Joe, 9 years old, super perky and happy to be wearing a giant dress to school. You know, I don't know why I was. Maybe we had just gotten it. I was super excited about it. It was like a Wednesday. I was probably like, "Mom, I want to wear this dress." And since I was mainly tomboyish my entire life, she was probably like, "Yes, wear it." So I took it to school. So I took it to school. It made playtime a little complicated, but that's fine. Recess was fine. I was one of those kids who liked to roll around in the dirt, climb trees, all that jazz. And I'm like, it's just a dress. It'll be fine. So it's time for like nutrition class. I don't know. They're trying to teach us about like pyramids and like food groups. My teacher starts looking at me funny. And then she kind of just says to the entire class, "Josadak?" And I'm like, "Is it Josadak? Can you come with me outside for a second?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Fourth grade me just comes with her outside. And when we're outside, she closes the door. And I'm like, "Huh." She slowly takes off her shoe. I was like, oh, look for part 2. I didn't expect to make 2 parts out of this. So my teacher was looking at me like so intensely while she was taking off her shoe. And I was so confused. Miss whatever your name is, because I don't remember. "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Don't move." And I start panicking. But I do what she says. Like, she gets her shoe, she holds it up to here. And then she throws it at me. And I literally jumped. She hit me in the bottom half of my dress. The shoe went flying. You know what else went flying? Right next to her shoe was the giantest spider I have ever seen in my life. I think it was a tarantula, which would have been fine because tarantulas are pretty much harmless. But at the time, both her and I were freaking out. She literally knocked the spider out. Her aim was so good. I'm actually amazed right now. She's like, "Oh my God, I saw that on your dress when you came in and I had to get it off." I was like, "Thank you." Yeah, I had no idea that was on there. So I retired that dress. No more dresses to school, not for Joe.
Feeling ever is when you're having an argument with someone and they insult you but you can't think of a comeback. So you're just struggling and ending up just embarrassing yourself. For example, if they said, at least my hair doesn't look like a bush, and you don't know what to say to that because your hair does look like a bush, then you're just standing there like, so? Which is the worst comeback ever. But literally the next week, you just thought of the best comeback ever. Sometimes I wish we could just go back in the past, because I would have killed the arguments back then.
Between best friends and regular friends. If you fall as your friend, I will help you up and then I might, giggle or something. But as your best friend, if you fall, I am going to be crying laughing. And once I finish laughing, then I'll help you get up. Friends ask you to come over. Best friends just... Hey, yo, I know you in there. Best friends can get away with a lot more than regular friends can. For instance, if I'm eating something and, I'm about to finish it and it's like the last bite and my best friend goes... and it falls out my hand, I'm gonna laugh. But now if my friend does that, I might just kill you. With friends, you have to keep in contact with them. You have to talk to them pretty consistently to keep the friendship going. With your best friend, y'all can go like 3 months with no conversation and then start talking again, and it's like you never stop talking. And lastly, the way I work, I'm more mean to my best friend than anyone else because my meanness is how I show my love. So when I call my best friend and say, hey yo, what up, stupid? He knows to respond, hey yo, what up, dummy? Because that's just how we talk.
Most annoying person that could ever exist is that one kid that asks for homework. The teacher would be like, all right, it's the end of the lesson, class dismissed. And we would all be in a good mood because they forgot about assigning us work. But then, this stupid mother trucker would go like, miss, what about the homework? Benjamin, you little rat. Why would you do that? We got away with not having homework.